Look! Is that a take-along diesel 10 on HO track? You better believe it. It's time to detail how to convert toy trains into HO runners. This is the most common question I am asked, and this video is going to explain it fully. Before we get too excited, here's a short warning. In this example, only hand tools are used during the conversion process. I've converted various toy trains to HO wheel sets. Each one presents me with a new scenario. I use different wheel sets, also known as bogies or trucks, to achieve a result. By showing you various conversions, you can see that no two are the same. Sometimes there's a lot of reworking to be done, other times the wheels fit perfectly. This Ertl Henry uses various wheel sets to be HO happy. This work takes time. Here is a clone diesel. Some were made with 3-axle bogies, others 2. This one has a bogie which can turn, so it can use curved track. Generally, I only ever use straight track for moving train shots. My Ertl Mute has a perfect 3-axle bogie set. Some form plastic was removed to allow the bogie to be screwed into the main plastic base. It really is a nice HO runner, one of my favourites. Here is an Ertl narrow gauge engine. I'm not really sure of this one's name. He uses a very small 2-axle bogie and required a lead weight up front to keep him on the tracks. Toby required a custom 3-axle bogie which had to have the side detail lineaged down so his skirts could stay on. He's also a nice HO runner and looks great on HO track. Here is a take-along diesel. It uses a 2-axle bogie which comes from a carriage. You can see clearly the removed plastic from the base. This wheel set is glued into the plastic base of the train. Like I said before, every conversion is different. Finally, here is a take-along Mavis. A 3-axle bogie is employed here, as I'm trying to keep the character of the engine by using a detailed bogie set. There was a fair bit of glue used here, and this one's also a good HO runner. Let's talk about making the right decision. My strongest advice is to choose your bogies by going to a model train shop. There are so many various types across various brands. It's amazing how many different styles there are. Don't try and purchase online, as you need to marry up your bogies to your trains in real life. This is best done the good old-fashioned way of lining up the bogies with the trains. After a while, you will get to know which wheel sets are best used in various conditions. By doing your research carefully, it will really make your conversions easy to perform. It's time to operate on Diesel 10 and give him a new lease on life. I tend to scrutinise the model carefully before I start ripping it apart. I have found 2 twin bogies which are very similar in size to the original take-along wheels. Carefully I remove both wheel sets. Note the screw has an unusual head. You will need the correct screwdriver here. Once removed, you are left with 2 posts where the screws mounted. Make sure you keep those little screws. I tend to line up my chosen bogies to the train. This shows me what I need to do to have my bogies at the correct height. It looks like I'll need to shorten those mounting posts. I will mark out how much material needs to be removed. Make sure both posts are marked. Before we shorten the 2 posts, we will need to protect Diesel 10 from possible scratching by file. I will use electrical tape to protect him. I will also wrap him up as he will be clamped while he's being filed, and tape that hungry claw down. Now he's all wrapped up, it's crunch time, vice style. Carefully, I will shorten both mounting posts with a file. Be careful here. It's better to do too little than too much. Test fit a bogie to get a feel for the reduced height. The filing has been done and Diesel 10 can breathe again. What I do now is test fit my bogies with some putty. This will let me see how the wheels look in relation to the body of the train. Overall it looks pretty good. It's now time to find those little screws and carefully attach the new bogies. The trick here is not to over tighten the screws, as you need some movement in the bogies. Check both bogies for free movement, and basically this job is done. Now it's time to give Diesel 10 a run on some real train wheels. I bet he enjoys the experience. For me this conversion took about 15 minutes in real time, and you have to remember I've already converted about 60 trains, so I'm quite experienced at finding the right bogie for the right train.